Hello, this is a short video about profit or perhaps self-crafting Energy Shield Body Armours. The craft costs a couple of divines, and usually if you're patient you get about a 3x return. Sometimes if you're lucky, a 4 or 5x return your investment, if you're lucky with the rolls. This example is with Twilight Regalia, but the same principles apply to almost every other item. Okay, first we're gonna do some research on POE Ninja. So as you can see, most people here, a lot of people are wearing a rare body armor. And then we're going to click here in the base types. We're going to click on Twilight Regalia just to see what people are looking for in suffixes and prefixes. Almost everybody has increased energy shield and flat. And then this one is for hybrid, right? So they're maxing out energy shield on the prefixes. And then for suffixes, most of them are looking for intelligence, probably for stacking or just more ES. And then a combination of elemental resistances and specifically not chaos resistance, because they're using CI. Also, a lot of them use increased attributes. That is a craft, so probably you want to leave open a suffix if you can, just to give people flexibility. So let's have a look here in Path of Exile how we're going to do that. So I've already selected everything. Let's do it once more. So body armor, and then intelligence, the item Twilight Regalia. Why is that? Because it has the most base energy shield, so that's why people want it, right? So click on that, and then if you look here at essences, right, so you can click on essences, and then Essence of Woe gives flat max energy shield, not the highest but pretty high. And then we can combine that, right? So these are the three prefixes they're looking for. We got this one with an essence, so what we're going to do is we're either going to buy a high fractured increased energy yield or a high fractured hybrid one, and we're just going to use the essence to fish for the other one. That's how we finish our prefixes. And then suffix, we're going to use Eldritch Currency to fish for intelligence. And then we're going to finish it up with hopefully a high roll of either of these element resistances, one or two, and then maybe with an open suffix we're going to leave it like that. For intelligence, we're probably going to look for something like at least 45 to get a decent return on our investment. Okay, so let's buy the base items. As you can see here, we're going to look for Twilight Regalia on the market. Base percentile at least 90%, which means that basically if you look here in Path of Exile, energy shield, the base can go between 314 and 362. You want this as high as possible, just because this is going to scale off all your percentage increased modifiers, right? So base percentile 90%, and then in this case item level 82, because first we're going to look for increased energy shield fractures right on the prefix. Now if you look here in Path of Exile, if we can get a good fracture here, we only need item level 78 to hit tier 1 hybrid. And then we also want high intelligence. We only need 82, right? You can do 84 perhaps, but it doesn't really matter if you hit tier 2 for resistance. We want the chance to hit tier 1 intelligence, right? So that's what we're going to do. And let's just search, right? And it sources by price, so that's pretty good. This one is pretty nice, and look at that. So this one is great because it's already a 6 link. It's 98%. It's a bit low. It's a minimum that I put in, but it's a 6 link, so I am just going to buy it because that adds already a little bit of value to a base item. So let's get that one. Oh, and let's see what else is on the market that we like. We got a 100% one here for 2 divines, and then what else? No 6 links. And the price is going up, so we'll buy that one 100% or 2 divines. And so we got 2 fractures already, so buy that one. And now instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust this, right? So we're gonna look for the hybrid fracture instead. We'll be a bit flexible with the range, but now we need to increase the item level to 86 because we need to fish for tier 1 increased energy shield. So let's have a look. I see. Okay, so these ones are a bit more expensive. So I think we're just gonna leave that for now. and just work with the two bases. So what do we have? We have two nice bases that we're going to craft with. A 6-link and 100% one. Alright, so time to craft. I bought a hybrid one later on after doing a little bit more research. It was a bit expensive at 4 divines, but I just wanted one in the example. So let's start. First of all, let's just clean them all up, right? I don't need this. I don't need that. And I don't need that. And then give them all max quality, right? So these are all fractured. And we're probably just going to have to upgrade them all to rare. And now we're just going to roll essences, right? Until we got a number that we're happy with. Now, I'm probably looking at energy shields at least close to 1100 for it to consider, right? So we're just going to roll these, right? We're just going to keep rolling. And I'm probably just going to fast forward until we got some nice results. Oh, look at that. I didn't fast forward yet, but what we got here is 1134. So if we look here, we have tier 1 hybrid. We have chaos resistance in the suffixes. We can fix that. So let's roll a bit more. Oh, fuck, I rolled over a very high one. Okay, I'm just gonna focus because I saw 1157. Okay, so we're back. It didn't take that long. I used, I don't know, maybe another 50 essences. This one is interesting because the energy shield is a little bit low, but as you can see, it rolled tier 2 intelligence 50 and tier 2 lightning resistance with an open suffix. So sadly, the hybrid is a bit low, but it literally rolled like that. And as you can see, right, if we just put that, imagine you craft a bit more resistance on it, then you can get at least 10 divines for it, right? So it's already a pretty good deal. It's 6-link. You can definitely sell it for maybe 12 divines. We might leave the suffix open or put some resistance on it. This one I crafted earlier, as you could see. So we're just going to finish the suffixes. And this is the hybrid one, 1121. So it got a tier 2 energy shield, but it had 99, pretty high roll. So now we're just going to finish the suffixes. So how we're going to do that? Well, we're going to use, what we got here? Eldritch Currency. So in this case, these both have lessers. We want to focus on the suffixes with Eldritch Chaos Orb. So we need to make Eater of Worlds dominant. So let's do that one here. And now it's greater for Eater of Worlds, so that one is dominant. Oh no, actually, it doesn't matter. This one is already finished. Let's put this one on the side. So lesser on this one and on this one. And now if we use Eldritch Currency, we can re-roll this. Right? Now if we get something good, I bought a bunch of Eldritch Currency here already. So let's just get a bunch of these. Oh yeah, so let's have a look. So, let's have a look here. No. We're basically just looking for very high intelligence. And if we get something else on there, like decent cold dress, then we can maybe try to exalt something on there. Alright, so cold dress is not amazing, but let's just give it a try. Okay. No. So we try again. And yeah, this is gonna take a while once again. 47 fire res. So if we're lucky, we can now block something that we don't want. Now what we don't want is a recharge rates, right, on the suffixes. So we're just gonna block that. You can see here in which one you don't want. Now you can craft recharge rate, so we're gonna block that one. You cannot block this one. So basically you want to block something that has a high percentage of rolling. Sadly, we cannot craft on live region per second. Otherwise, we would have blocked that one, obviously, because it has the highest chance to roll. So let's just get lucky and boom. Oh, 47 lightning. Okay, it's still salvageable if we just remove the crafted mods. There we go. And let's try it one more. And intelligence. Oh, fuck. What we can do actually now is we can try something else. Because we have two big elemental resists. So let's just try Eldritch Annulment Orb. Let's buy a bunch. So we'll buy 11. Right. And then let's just give that a try and get the regen off. No. Regen. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. Right. And once again, we still have tier 1 resistance. So recharge. There we go. And ooh, 23 intelligence, not good enough. And so yeah, that's it really. If you want, you can try to remove. Right, what you can do is you can remove this again, right? Remove craft mods, and then another one Eldritch to get the intelligence off, and we can recharge again. You get the idea. I'm gonna finish these crafts, and then I'll show you the results. Right, so let's have a look at the results. You already know this one. We just slammed it like that with essences. So we're just gonna craft on some resistances for now. And then people can just change it later if they want to. So this one has lightning. So I'm gonna put res and then fire and cold. Where's that? Yeah, there we go. Craft 19, 20 max. This one was interesting. We didn't get a very high. After a while, we got 41 intelligence with 43 fire res. So we just crafted on hybrid. It's not amazing, but if we price check it, right, let's do 1100. And then we need to take this down to like, I don't know, let's just say 80 and 40 because the Eldritch. And let's see. We can probably start off on 14 divines and just lower this slowly on the market. This one, price check it, 50. Let's just do that. People search for round numbers in general. Shit. And then, yeah, once again, why is that this high? Okay, yes, because of Eldritch once more. So let's just take 24 off. So let's just start at 80 and then 50 and then 1000. Sadly, the energy shield is a bit low, but still, I think we can just start it off once again, maybe 13, 14 divines. And we're just gonna leave it at that. Also because it's 6 link, that's pretty good. This one is great because more than 1100 ES, and we got tier 1 energy shield, and then we got lucky and we slammed on, well, not super lucky, but we got tier 3 fire res, and so we just used that with a hybrid ES craft. So let's have a look at how much is this one worth. So 7, and then once again that, and then we can do, I don't know, 52. Let's have a look. All right, I think we're just gonna start it off probably at 19 divines, and then just slowly lower it. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. Right, let's just put them on the market, and there you go. This one was 19, not chaos divines. Right. We're gonna start off that one at 14. Well, actually it's 6 link, so we're just gonna start off 16, and then this one we're gonna do 14, and that's it. There you go. Okay, so that's it. Profit crafting cost me probably about 10 divines to craft this, and if we get lucky with the sales, we can make maybe, you know, 25 divines.